Hello, and welcome back to this chapter of Ideas Answers. So, today we're going to be talking about children and relationships and how they correlate. So, this first question is from Yummy Ray. He asks, where do you get genetic testing for your unborn child to see if your unborn child had any genetic disorders like Down syndrome and basically things like that? Me personally, I would not because it would change how I would take care. Not because if the baby had any, I would not keep the baby or anything, but just so I know what to prepare for. Like when it comes to children, when it comes to unborn children, you should want to be as informed as possible because if your baby is born with one more one less chromosome than they need to, that could possibly alter the baby's development, both in the womb and out of the womb. So for me, yes, definitely, I would want to get that testing done, just so I know how to prepare for the child. This next question is from Bioga Mills. She asks, she asks, why is it unacceptable for women to date younger men when vice versa it's acceptable? And like honestly, for this is a perfect example of double standards because like older women who date younger men, they have a name for this. They're called cougars. But like the other way around, aka older men dating younger women, they're like, oh, it's fine, and it's like, why is it fine for men but not for women? Also, I'm in this situation too because my boyfriend, he just turned 23 last year, and I'm turning 30 this year, so that's like 6 years difference. Actually, yes, seven 7 years difference because I'm turning 30 this year. So like just because the person is younger doesn't mean that they're less mature than their significant other person they're dating. In my situation, it's like my boyfriend, he is more mature than me when it comes to determination to find a job and cleanliness. I'm getting better at cleanliness, but like when it comes to getting a job, I am actively looking, but I do have I do have jobs that I won't apply to. For example, unless I have no other options, I will not apply to any CNA job because that job, working as a CNA is the most trustless job there is. Like one of my ex coworkers literally told me this. CNA one-on-one, cover your own behind. Meaning that let's say another coworker told you to, let's say, double to put to double brief your residents. However, that's not allowed. But let's say you did, and like the inspector came, a higher came and saw that your resident was double briefed. I saw you in the process of double briefing that residence. If you were to say, "Oh, I didn't know. I just did it because that person told me to do it," and the higher up bring that person, and that person will most likely say, "No, no, I didn't say that," to cover them behind, meaning that because they lied, you are on the hot seat. Because now the higher up thinks, wait, so who's telling the truth? Or in my case, they'll take that word at face value and believe you lied just to cover your ass when you were just telling the truth, and they would write you up. So I would not. CNA job, yes, it pays well, but like I'd rather work at a place where I get paid $9, $10, and be able to trust the people I work with, then get paid $11, $12, and have to and not be able to trust anyone, not even the people that I directly work with. So one other thing which is probably understandable is I live in Katy/Houston. Katy is literally on the edge of Houston. So I won't apply to places in Richmond, or in Berkshire, or in Rosenberg, or in Sugar Land, or in Stafford, because they're they're an hour. The most is an hour, least is 45 minutes. So I'm willing to travel 30 minutes to commute to work, but that's it. So my boyfriend, on the other hand, he does not care, which is probably something I should, which is probably a philosophy I should follow as well. But my experience working at a CNA has closed me off from that occupation. So CNA is a last resort for me, and yeah. So that's all to say that age is just a number. It's all about mature. It's all about how mature they are. Also, in the Bible, there's this story about one woman who married the eldest brother, and this story was also used in an article that talks about this topic, and they used Aaron and Moses' difference of the years and applied that to the brothers in the story. So there were five brothers, and this woman married the first brother. He died, but they didn't have children, and he died. So back in the Bible days, if if a woman marries someone who has brothers, and her first husband dies, but they don't have children, the second brother has to marry the first brother's wife in order to continue the line. So, with that being said, women married second brother. So, now let's say that another fact that another thing that applies to this is Abraham and Sarah's age difference. There's a 10-year age difference. So let's say the first brother was 33, and the woman was 23. Now the woman is 23. Let's add a year because, yeah, 24, and the second brother is 30. Second brother dies, no children. Woman now has to marry third brother. Third brother is 27. Woman is 25. Third brother dies, no children. Woman now has to marry fourth brother. Fourth brother is 24. Woman 26. Fourth brother dies, no children. Woman now has to marry last brother. Last brother 21. Woman 27. 6 years difference. So according to those two facts and that story, back in the old days, it was perfectly normal, and it was a law that if you married a man who had brothers and he died before you were able to give him children, you had to marry his brother to continue the line until you had children. So yes. Okay. The third topic is a post, and the post says, I asked a millionaire how he did it, basically how he became a millionaire. He said, forget other girls, quote unquote, and focus on one woman. That one woman will help you achieve everything. I am going to use Derek Jackson's term in this topic. Derek Jackson, who is also a very good face, who is also a very good person to follow. So, Derek Jackson's definition of a good woman is someone who helps you become a better person. Someone who doesn't, someone who knows her own worth first. Someone who's at a good place. So she is way up here doing her own thing, doing well for herself. So her standards are, for the person she's dating is already high because she's already high. So he says, if you are dating a good woman, don't let her go. So this is what I believe this verse was talking about. A good woman will help you achieve everything. Girls are bad women, as Derek Jackson probably says. They will only think about themselves and are probably not mature. So that's that. The next topic comes from, this last topic came from Missy B and Sony. By the way, I'm hoping I'm saying all your names right. If I'm not, please tell me, because I hate butchering people's names, because I also hate butchering my names. But I hate when people butcher my names as well, which has happened so many times. So this next topic is from Ruby Afric. Her post said, why is communication so strong when it comes to preparing your relationship for a baby? That I'm also in that situation, because I have a child who just turned 3 8 days, no, not 10 days ago. Yes, 10 days ago. And like, it's so strong because you not have to think about what you need for the child, how to support the child, like basically, this child is not your responsibility. You have to figure out child care, dental care, doctors, clothing, bathing needs. There's a long list of what you need for the child. And also, not to mention how you will raise this child, because the woman might be like, let's wait until she's hungry to eat. But the man's like, no, I want to follow this schedule. This schedule worked for me, so I want to follow this schedule. If that's the case, then a compromise would need to happen, because you can't do one day and do another thing another day, because that will confuse the child, and she will probably throw a tantrum because she's used to mommy waiting to she's hungry to eat, while daddy on the other hand is like, no, you will eat at this time because I said so. So children, they like consistency. So if you wait till they're hungry to eat one day, do it all the time. If you want them to eat at a specific time, at specific times during the day, do that all the time. Don't mix and match. I'll be wishy-washy. So it's very fun because there are lots of factors that come into play when you're preparing for a child. That's when the child is born. Before the child, you have to figure out how, if both of you are working, which me and him will be working, you will have to figure out how will we take care of finances when the mother is off for maternity leave, which is like 2 months. So that's 2 months that the income will be halved. So then you have to figure out, okay, so you're going on maternity leave for these 2 months. So how are we going to still be able to pay all our bills with less money? And and then after that, you have to figure out like whether you want to have a baby shower, or whether you want to have, or whether you want the child to have their own room slash nursery, or whether you want to put the crib in your room. There's just so many things to like discuss when it comes to child rearing. That's why it's so strong. The last topic comes from Mihari Johannes. What are the most important things in relationships? So, I'm I'm answering this as if it was asked to me. Number one thing is communication. If you don't talk to me, how am I supposed to know how you feel? How am I supposed to help you if you don't tell me you need help, or if you don't talk to me? How am I supposed to know that you care, that you still love me, if you don't talk to me? Communication builds trust. She's throwing a tantrum. Don't worry about her. As well. What? So, let's see. I can do this. Okay. No, I can do it that way. There we go. There we go. So yeah, that's my child throwing a tantrum. Speaking of tantrums, children throw tantrums. And the tantrums can go from crying to throwing themselves on the floor and causing a scene. So now you have to think about how will you handle that, because if it happens in public, you'll be like, you'll be like, okay, what do you do now? How else, if you had figured this out before the child was born, then you would already know what to do. Okay, so like I was saying, communication for me is the foundation of a good relationship. Because for me, communication builds trust. Communication builds intimacy as well as camaraderie and every other good things. Next is transparency. Basically, tell me how you feel about what I said or what I did. Because if you don't tell me, how am I supposed to know that you don't like it? Which also leads, which also goes back to communication. Compromise. Because in any relationships, you can't always have your way. So there'll be times where you have to compromise and be okay with not having your way. Um, let's see what else. Expectations and requirements. I don't mean requirements in the strict sense. In the strict sense. What I mean is basically in this relationship, I will need this. Or if you can't give me this, give me that instead. Basically, tell your spouse or your boyfriend slash girlfriend what you need in the relationship. So that is my take on the important things in a relationship. So one, I'm sorry for my child's loud outburst. She was in a tantrum because her plush animals are in the washer, and because they're dirty, she spilled shake on them, and she wants them out, but they're washing, so they can't come out. So she's throwing a temper tantrum. So I'm sorry about that. But I do hope that if you are watching this, that you'll you will like the video, comment, and also comment on any of my other pages, which is in the description, about what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you think can make it better. Any questions